Pick a card. Why can't they stop thinking about you? And what are they saying? Here are your options, and I'll see you at your reading.
Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 1, why can't they stop thinking about you? And what are they saying? Wow. Well, with this one, I definitely feel like with the intensity of this cat and the bold colors, I feel like there's a boldness about you that is captivating. I definitely feel like this is giving me the canary that, the cat that ate the canary a little bit, even though I see fish right here, of course. So I don't know what about this. It seems a little bit like smug, right? The vibe, but I don't think that that's yours at all. I feel like this is a projection from other people. So we're going to get into it in 3, 2, 1. Welcome. If you're new here, I hope that you find something that is helpful, or at the very least, something that is encouraging to you. And for those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, thank you so very much for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So pile number 1, why can't they stop thinking about you? And what is being said? I decided to throw that caveat in there because why not complicate everything? Yes, I love that. So you have, this came out in the pre-shuffle, the key, and it says freedom here. You have the key to freedom. And pile number 1, it's because it has to do with change, a change that you have already made or a change that you're currently making. I definitely feel like whatever this has to do with, it is seeing the light of day. Now, sounds dramatic, but I definitely feel like you are currently embarked on some kind of a journey and you've unlocked something, some superpower, some way to look at the world, some way to look at yourself, some way that you have perhaps seen other people. Because I feel like image or the way people perceive you or something about that has something to do with it. Now, let me clarify. I feel like there have been a lot of changes here with the number 32 reducing to number 5, right? So March could be something that's important to you. It could be significant to the story some way, somehow. But before I shuffled, I was trying to get the stage ready, right? That's what I call this mini stage. And then I turned on the lights and there was glare everywhere. So I feel like you could be under severe scrutiny. I feel like whatever it is that you are doing or whatever it is that you're speaking on, whatever key to freedom that you have found that is lending light for other people is definitely under scrutiny. It's under revision. It's under surveillance. It's being watched for sure. Now, the reason why I mentioned the whole stage thing is because I had a lot of glare on the cards. I kept moving the light. I turned off the light. It didn't help. Something was left in the dark and other stuff had too much glare on it. And I just got irritated and turned on and started rolling. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. So I definitely feel like there is an element to that that really lends to your story. So if somebody is looking into the shade, the closed parts of your life, the private parts of your life, they want to see more about it. These are the people that are like zooming in and wanting to talk about the level of freedom that you've achieved, the freedom that you have unleashed, I heard, okay? So this doesn't necessarily feel very good. I feel like you already know these things, or at least you feel it, right? But we're going to get a little bit more information for you. So what else do we have right here? Why can't they stop thinking and talking about you? Flower of life with source. Yeah, this definitely has to do with freedom. And I think about that actor, Terrence, I forget his name. They talked about if you open it up or unwrap it a certain way, that is like the magic. That's the proper way to do it. And his words, like at the time, fascinated me. So I feel like you do have a lot, at least from these people's perception, like the answer to life or some answers to mysteries. But you yourself have become a great mystery. And they would love to unlock that. I'm also hearing shut your mouth. So perhaps some of you guys are speaking your truth. You're speaking your truth for the first time ever. or you're elaborating on that truth that needs to be spoken that other people have never heard about. Let's keep it pushing. So why can't they stop thinking about you? And what are they saying? I have no idea what I want to call this. 3 of Swords. Okay, well, that makes perfect sense. So I feel like in you finding your freedom, you've unlocked your freedom, and you somehow, some way, this equals to their sadness. They're being alone. They're feeling abandoned, which is really interesting. It's giving a little bit of bird in a cage flew away. It's giving a little bit of the entertainment. I'm thinking of all of a sudden like the Elephant Man, how he was entertainment and he was kept in a cage. He was kept away from prying eyes until he was paraded around into the public, right? As a show pony, as a show dog, as a thing, and not a person, not a sentient being. And so I definitely feel like with the 3 of Swords, this person or these people are definitely in their feels, and this would be the why. So they can't stop talking about you. They can't stop thinking about you because you have found freedom and you've left them alone because, right, this person is alone on this rock with their emotions, feeling oh so sad. The 3 of Swords. But part of this is like, why would your freedom equal sadness and heartbreak to somebody else? That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Why would being connected to source and following or understanding the flower of life, or maybe even understanding that you're part of a bigger pattern, that you're connected to source, that we are all one, why would that even matter to someone enough to make them feel like they're in a heartbreak, unless they were a jailer, unless they were a controller, unless they were a handler, right? And so I definitely feel like things are quite twisted in this narrative. Now, this could be from, like, maybe let's say you got a divorce or you left an abusive situation, right? It could be a husband. It could be a family paradigm. It could be a work situation. Actually, that could really well be the thing, that you found your freedom, that you decided that you were going to keep it pushing, and that in you finding this freedom, this light, maybe perhaps other people are seeing them in a different light. Now, perhaps they're being seen as a jailer, as the controller, as the let me pile number 1 into this little tiny corner, and I'll take them out as a show pony when I want to, and I'll parade them about because it is my will, and it has a really good look on me that I'm affiliated with pile number 1, right? So maybe this could be like the frenemy took you or would parade you around certain like circles and, oh, this is my friend and they can do this or whatever. Or you were the one who posed as to like, maybe perhaps you had a lot of money or you have a lot of money and this person is like, oh, look, I control this or I have this or my wife this or my bestie this, you know, but in the end, they were getting their self-esteem from something that was a facade. They were getting a self-esteem by keeping you caged with lies, with control, and with a false narrative. Pile number 1. Why can't they stop thinking about you or talking about you? What is going on here? The 8 of Cups. Yeah. I feel like you definitely found your freedom and you left a situation. Now, with the 8 of Cups, it always precedes the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, we have found utopia, right? We have found like what we want, the wish fulfilled, all of the emotions. We were feeling ooey gooey. It doesn't necessarily have to be like quite that good, but really it's a wish fulfillment. It is a wish. And I feel like you wanted your freedom above all else. And I don't necessarily feel like it would have been freedom against this person. It's almost like this person thought in controlling and pulling strings and being a puppeteer that they could have happiness, or that was happiness to them, right? But for you, you would have been equally happy with this person without all the controls, without the bells and whistles, without the knobs, without the show pony and the smoke and mirrors. And now you found that everything that you did really didn't equal to anything. It was like you could feel like you wasted your time. You gave of yourself, your blood, your sweat, your tears, your time, your energy, your resources, whatever this was. You even hemmed yourself in, dumped yourself down. Sorry to say it that way. Some of you guys, not all of you guys. Again, pile number 1, take what works and leave the rest. This is a general reading. If you would like a private reading, those are for $50, pre-recorded only, the way you see it here with your personal questions. So, pile number one, they are feeling a certain way. They're feeling betrayed, like they didn't betray you. They're feeling controlled. They're feeling hemmed in. They're having to deal with their own emotions is the biggest thing. And I will tell you, they can't stop thinking about you because this has drawn up a lot of issues within themselves that they have not had to face. And maybe perhaps part of this was that they were avoiding facing their own shadow by getting entertainment and parading you around, or some kind of manipulation, right? So I feel like whatever they did that worked nefariously in their favor once upon a time, or they thought it did, has really shown them where they're destitute, and therefore they can't keep your name out of their mouth. They keep talking about you, ruminating, being in their feelings. Woe is me. But I feel like this is part of the process of their healing, and they don't really understand that. In the meantime, you have looked back and you said, you know what, that was painful. I did all the things that I could. I tried to give them self-esteem. I tried to give them self-worth. I tried to play along and say, you know what? Okay, if this makes you feel good, I'll go along with it. I'll go along with the narrative. And it just was never, ever good enough. Why? Because the hunger of this person who can't stop thinking about you, who keeps ruminating, who can't also stop talking about you, I feel, was way greater than anything that you were able to give them. And that's by design, okay? That's no fault of yours. So we all have to be responsible for our own narrative and our own personal level of fulfillment. This type of hunger will never be satiated. This type of hunger needs healing. It needs enlightenment. It needs to come from a place of spirituality. And that is part of the key. And what they failed to see, pile number one, is that you have provided them in this grand escape, I'm going to call it, the key to freedom. That if they were just to look up from the navel, if they were just to look up from their own emotions, and I feel definitely like heavy drinking here as well, or something about like substance abuse, or them trying to medicate, right? Having cigarettes. I mean, I don't know. These are all like coping mechanisms that once upon a time, I am no saint, being guilty as well. But I feel like for your story, pile number one, this no longer behooves you if that was ever you to begin with. I'm not projecting my stuff on you. I'm just saying. So I definitely feel like they need to elevate. And that's part of the reason why this thing happened. I'm going to say, okay, this dynamic. But you have achieved a level of breakthrough and you're in pursuit of your happiness and your glow up and your show up. And it is damn beautiful to watch, okay? Who doesn't? I'm feeling like Shawshank Redemption. Have you ever seen that movie? If you never have, that is worth everything. Okay, so go see it. But I'm going to say that you are lending a light into this by continuing your journey, by doing whatever it is that you need to do in order to find that ninth cup, that wish fulfillment and that happiness. So keeping it pushing. Pile number one, why can't they stop thinking about you and talking about you? What are they saying? Yeah, the Phoenix, because you have risen. It is like Lazarus. You have risen. You have grown. I feel like all these cards are like really dark and emotional and stormy. And all of a sudden, out of all that storm, you have risen. Your wings are expanded. And I almost feel like instead of a phoenix, this almost looks a little bit like a dove. It's like a phoenix dove. So something about you brings about peace, but also something about you is being showcased for the whole world to see. I feel like with these vibrant colors, you could be in your, I'm hearing your villain era, only according to pile number one and people that can't stop thinking about them, right? That's a topic. I feel like your life is different. Your life is vibrant, or at least according to these people. What they don't see, once again, is they too can unlock that door and experience freedom as well. Their jail is different. Their cell looks different, but it is still confining. Pile number one, you have the Magician. I know that's right. You have the Magician. You have an uncanny ability to bring about the things that you dream of, the things that you want. Maybe perhaps you even are into like the mudras, right? With your hands, you can affect certain things with your body, your energetic field, and things like that. So I love this for you. Synchronicity and manifestation. Yeah, you're in alignment and you're bringing everything into alignment. You know that working with your energetic field and what it is that you desire is going to be the best for you. Things are falling into place and in alignment. If there is something that is out of alignment, you will quickly detect it and get rid of it and do something, right? You're not one to sit around any longer and allow yourself to be hemmed in. If you have encroaching enemies, I heard, who want to hem you in, who want to imprison you, who want to make you, I heard baby cakes. So maybe you guys came from watching Baby Cakes. I love her channel. She is the best. I love her. But anyways, maybe somebody calls you Baby Cakes. I don't know. Sweet cheeks, sweet cakes, something like that. But with a synchronicity, I feel like you're looking at things for signs out in the world, out in the universe, that really tell you that you are in alignment. And with those alignments comes, I feel like, oddly enough, fame. And I don't think that you're necessarily looking for fame. You could be, but I feel like you're being seen. Your story about this incredible implosion, this destruction, this like really rough beginning, and this rising up from the ashes, from literally having absolutely nothing. You could be a great creator of your own world. You could be a great manifester in a powerful way that really features freedom as never before. You could have a career, for example, that states, you know what, I don't need a boss. I don't need to be shown how to do this, that, and work for the man. And I don't need to toe the line with corporate people in order to have abundance or have an audience or have something that is worthwhile. I've unlocked my own freedom. I can make my own clothes. I can be a seamstress to, I don't know, the wealthy. I can do whatever. I could do meal prep. I could be a personal chef for, many people, or I could be a chef for people in my community, and I can offer like different menus depending on what's going on day of the week, and I can go deliver those, or however that would work, right? But I think you get the gist. I feel like you are thinking outside of the box. You have broken code. You have broken protocol. You have broken, I heard the rails came down. Okay. So whatever this is, I feel like it was quite unexpected, maybe perhaps to other people. I feel like Spirit obviously knew what was going on. But I think that there is, look at the, I mean, if this doesn't spell freedom, right? This is freedom from attachment. This is freedom of mind, body, heart, and soul. This is understanding that there is better for you out there, that we don't need to control other people. They don't need to control them. And we don't need to be controlled. I feel like you have found autonomy. I feel like you are bossing up, if you want to call it that. I definitely feel like with the Magician, you are incorporating all the lessons that you have learned in order to level up and show other people ways to do it as well. Whether you're doing this directly or inadvertently, I feel like other people, when they hear their story, they're flat inspired. I feel like they feel a sense of freedom, that they too can escape poverty. They too can escape control. They too can escape the heavy hand of somebody who is a sociopath or narcissistic person or tendencies, whatever you want to call it. They too can ascend, and they too could look and see that they have better things available in life rather than just the same thing in and out every day and having no free will. So I hope that this makes sense. Please do let me know in the comments below. If you're liking this kind of reading, like, share, comment, subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you at your next reading. Much love. Namaste.
Okay.
Hi, Pal 2. My name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pal number 2. Why can't they stop thinking about you, and what are they saying? So I definitely feel like whatever this is deep. It is powerful. It has to do with your ability to transcend, to connect with your ancestors, because I'm getting heavy ancestral guidance here. And also, with the tusk right here, it's like you're not one to be played with. You're not one to be messed with. People are starting to see how powerfully you're being guided. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I hope that you find something that is helpful or something that is very encouraging. And for those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, I am ever so grateful to have you. Thank you so very much. So pile number 2, why can't they stop thinking about you? And what is it that they're talking about? So I forgot to mention pile number 1, don't tell them, but this is what they're saying, okay? So why can't they stop thinking about you? You have Scorpion with vigilance. And you have, I knew I was going to get one of these. What is this? The Lion with power. Wow, that is so beautiful. These cards are freaking amazing. Yes, and what are they, you may ask? I put it in the comments below, but it is the Glyph. So you can find this on Etsy, but moving on. So I definitely feel like this has to do with you having an ability of observing. Okay, your powers of observing. Nothing escapes your eye. The eye in the sky could be you. Okay. Vigilance with the Scorpion energy. You go deep. You observe. You retreat. But if somebody comes for you, you have a long memory. And you're not afraid to sting when it is convenient, okay? I'm not saying that all of you are like that or even you plan for it. But if somebody comes for you, I guess they're going to find you, right? So why can't they stop thinking about you? Is because of this Lion energy right here. Let's look at it again. Why? Why not? With the number 9, yeah. You have this ability to see right through. I mean, those eyes can see right through into your soul. Something about a connection to Egypt and power. Yeah. So you have a lot of power. The way that you observe the world, you can see how people move. You see right through the charades, the lies. I feel like you are somebody that, for example, if somebody's not ready to give out information, you observe something and they give you like a bogus explanation. You're like, yeah, that was a lie. You're a little bit like, what was it? Jerry Springer? Yeah, that was a lie. Anyways, I definitely feel like that with that comes a lot of power because this can make a lot of people uncomfortable. They know they cannot pull the wool over your eyes, right? And part of that would be the reason why they can't stop thinking about you and they can't stop talking about you as well. So that power is powerful. This is like a culmination. The 9 comes right before the 10 and the 10 is definitely an ending of some sort. So I feel like you could see things coming a mile away. I feel like you on instinct. No, I feel like you and your observations go deep. You're not one to be played with. This pile today, I feel like you guys could be the seers. You could have that intuition, that gut instinct, that knowing. You could be the one that you're like, oh, friend, I think that, you know, this person's being shady. They're not really being they're not who they say they are, or they're not doing the things that they say they're doing. Something is off about this energy. And everybody around you is like, no, I don't see it. Well, no, they would never do that. And sure as shooting, you're right the entire time. So this has happened to me actually recently. But it's something that I'm very familiar with. It is definitely a pattern. And the reason being, pile number 2, is that you see things, you sense things. If somebody is moving funny, if their energy is shifting, you definitely go deep and you see it coming miles before it happens, okay? So pile number 2, why can't they stop talking about you? This is my talking card. What are they saying? 7 of Wands. Look, they... I heard me mugging. It's like people get pissed off because you clock them, okay? And I definitely feel like they can't stop thinking about you and talking about you is because you clock their moves. 7 of Wands is being defensive. It is, even though you have the upper hand, you feel the need, in this case, I feel, to like whack people from underneath. And it's like, okay, well, you know, they're trying to move in silence and they have piercing eyes too. But they don't like the fact that you have clocked them and everything within. I feel like they've even rounded up. They've rallied people. They've rallied friends. They've rallied coworkers. with the narrative of, well, this person knows too much, or can you believe that they exposed me, or can you believe that they were talking about like the moves I was trying to make before I made my moves? And it's like, yeah, played you at your own game. That's right. So somebody's into, because all of a sudden I saw Yoda in, is it Star Trek? Oh my gosh. I'm going to get bashed for this. But anyways, yeah, moving on. We're going to keep it moving. But with the Seven of Wands right here, I definitely feel like this person or these people are definitely defensive, and they have rallied a team to want to look at you almost like with anger, with resentment. And they're not saying a lot because the mouth is like cage. So it's like they have to hold back what they speak, or they have to hold back what they know as well. Or it's like, I know you exposed me, but I'm not going to say anything about it. And I almost feel like the fists are clenched, and it's like, it makes it personal. And why? Because you discover their moves and you expose their moves, perhaps, right? Because you're no dummy. They want to play you for the fool. And they're pissed off that they got played at their own game. So that's what this is about. Pile number 2, this is going to be for an assorted few of you. And yeah, interesting. So let's keep it pushing right here. Why can't they stop thinking about you? They want to know how you do it. How do you observe that? How do you go so deep? How do you understand things? This card is even like ombre color, lighter on this side, darker as we go. And it appears to me that this person is saying, well, how do you bring out the things that are hidden in the darkness into light like that? How do you know so quickly? How do you know that things are off? And it's almost like with a heated admiration. It's like, well, I wouldn't mind it, except this involves me and my moves. Also, pile number 2, what I'm hearing this person saying is, I hear you're talking shit. So it's really funny because this is what are they saying? What are they talking about? Well, they're telling their friends or besties or, spouses, significant others, whatever you want to call it, that pile number 2 is on to me. And they're moving in ways too. And I'm trying to make moves right over here. But pile number 2 checkmated me like 10 moves before this. And how is that possible? But they don't like it. Okay. But they had a certain amount of admiration for the game because you played it well. But they don't like that you turned that against them because they're used to being the mastermind. They're used to being top dog. And they're used to being able to maneuver 10 steps above anyone else. And it's like you somehow, some way expose them. They don't like it. They do not like it. Pile number 2, why can't they stop thinking about you? The 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is a waiting game. So this could be something that I'm seeing an X right here. It's almost like this was destined to happen, or it was something designed to happen that you were destined to expose. Maybe you're exposing somebody who has put a people under like chains, under duress, and I'm hearing despair, or maybe you're exposing the fact that, in the end, we find out when we mature and grow up that really people have their own backs. It's like the I have your back until, well, my back is bigger. I'm just kidding. I'm all big back. But really what this is about is that I'm protecting my back because it's more important. That's what someone says, right? And you're like, the hell it is. I got my back and everyone else's. I'm going to tell it like it is, even though people could have not believed it initially. But I definitely feel like people would believe you now. With the 3 of Wands right here, you knew it was a matter of time before things played out. And I feel like they're talking about that. It was like, how did they clock me like so early in the game before I even knew what was happening? How do they do that? And it could be with an element of anger towards you. Pile number 2, why can't they stop thinking about you? Why can't they keep your name out of their mouths? Basically, what are they saying? The 2 of Cups. Yeah, that you really are a protector, a protectress, okay? I mean, when I think of pride right here, and I think of this as feels like a very soft energy to me. And it's not aggressive. This is aggressive. This is like, I'm going to send the flying monkeys your way. This, I feel, what they're saying is that they're talking crap to other people in order to get them angry towards you. Like in their defense, like they're the victim. But does that look like a victim right here to me? No. I mean, Does it look like a victim to you with these heated, almost orange, glowy eyes? This is like almost like I hate you. And this appears to be like dogs in the background. And I hate to equal this to like hounds of hell, but I almost feel like it is a little bit of that vibration, you know? And I feel like, I'm not saying this person is affiliated with like the hounds of hell or anything, but I definitely feel like whoever can't keep their mind off of you, whoever can't stop thinking about you and what they're saying, has to do with like they're stirred up because they've been exposed and they feel a certain way about that exposure. They prefer to make moves in the dark, in the shade. They want to reveal things whenever it is on their schedule. But with their cute little calendars and their scheduling, it just didn't work out that way. They got exposed ahead of time. And with that, it was just a matter of waiting for it to play out. Now, nothing they can't stop thinking about you is that you are the people's people. You are a girl's girl, a guy's guy, whatever this means. And I feel like you're the one who would have warned other people about the danger of this person and the moves that they're making. So if this involves a situation where, let's say somebody tried to triangulate you, right? And this person is dealing with you and other people. And they're like, well, I'm going to let you know on my own good time. I'm going to do what's good for me. That could be the attitude, because that's what it feels like it right here, right? And you expose them ahead of time and you let all the other people know that they're trying to triangulate what this person is up to, and that they're actually, in fact, committed. They're due to get married next week, or they're already in a committed situation, or everything that they have shared with you has been nothing but a lie, and you expose them. They're pissed off. Okay. And so they're like, number one, how do you know that about me? How do you do that? But number two, they're like, wait a minute, how are you saving other people? With the Two of Cups right here, it's almost like they have an admiration for you and a closeness, like they want to be close, but then they're pissed off. It's like you broke that closeness. No, you actually broke that closeness when you decided to put yourself so above other people that nothing else mattered until you decided it mattered. So there's nothing about looking out for other people. It was just looking out for self. It's an incredible selfishness that I'm feeling here from that person, those people. But anyways, the fact that you have this ability to retain your softness, I feel like that there's something warm and I don't know, like I want to pull you to me, that kind of a thing, that energy, almost like maternal, protective. Yeah, because with power right here, you have a lot of power because you are protective, because you see far and wide and nothing escapes you. You hear every little rustle of paper, little rustle of, you know, people writing things down or whatever, or typing things out. It's like you feel the earth moving with every hoof hitting that pavement. Have you ever guys ever been hunting? It's a monumental experience, okay? It's pretty wild, no pun intended. And no, I didn't kill anything, but to feel the hooves on the ground is pretty freaking intimidating. Like, anyways, moving on. But you could feel it was that level of, you didn't have to be super close to the situation. You didn't have to be watching over their shoulders, see what they're doing, to know what they're doing, because you felt it. Spirit let you feel it. And with that comes power. And I feel like there's an element of admiration or jealousy from this person as well. It's like, how come I couldn't pull the wool over your eyes? How come you're not towing the line? How come you're not doing, how come I didn't win this time? I don't get it. I always win. I always spring up, surprise, like Jack in the Box. And you took the crank out of the Jack in the Box. I feel like you cranked it so much, you know, that little box where you wind it, and the toy pops up, old school. Maybe I'll put one right over here if I remember during edits. But that Jack in the Box thing, that was their superpower. They're going to spring it in due time whenever it was good for them. And the thing is that they're failing to see is that this decision was harming everybody else. It was repressing everybody else. And I feel like you, with your long-sightedness, your ability to sense things, your otherworldliness, I feel like you went into mama protective mode or daddy protective mode. Doesn't make a difference what, right? Because the lions are the males right here. Anyways, as far as I understand that. But the Two of Cups right here, people trust you. They trust your judgment. And I feel like even now, this person begrudgingly admits that, yeah, they too would trust you, because there's something about you that you are going to take care of people and you're going to let them know that, something is going down the pipe. The Three of Wands is this element of waiting, but you're like waiting in anticipation for that shoe to drop. It was thrown in the air a long time ago. And so you have that ability to kind of clock it. Yep. Anyways, moving on. Pile number 2, if you're indeed liking these kind of readings, please do take a moment to like, share, comment, subscribe. I would really be appreciative of that. For those of you guys that have already, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you. You have spirituality and knowledge. Look, and this is where your knowledge comes from. And I feel like begrudgingly against themselves, I feel like you have these pillars right here. You're communing with spirit. You have an aerial view of things. You are the Hierophant. You are in communion with the Most High, whatever that means to you, whether this is Buddha or the park is my spirituality, or hiking is, or the ocean is, whatever this is. But you have a lot of power in that, and it's ancient knowledge. It's in your DNA. It is wisdom for you. And I feel like you get it. Also, you like get these downloads because spirit is going to protect you in the end. And I feel like any moves that you've made in an attempt to protect others, to help others, to maybe even serve to wake them up, because I heard wake up. And I also feel it's like typically this I would see as like roots under this person. And if you're curious as to why she has a beautiful garment, a YouTube garment that I put on her, it's because my videos have gotten flagged for the smallest things. So here we are in a non-flagging motion, right? But I would see this typically as like roots, but almost I see this as like the ground cracking beneath you. And I feel like even so, you have the utmost trust because you are governed. That was awkwardly said. Governed. Please don't let me say it again. Don't laugh. Hello. You are a sovereign being, and also that you have the Most High, whatever this is, spirit that you're in tune with will never let you down. And that's why you were privy to these things ahead of time. And that's why people are pissed, shocked, and want to send out flying monkeys and the hell dogs after you, is simply because you can't be played with, right? And you alert other people, and that in turn, I feel like tarnishes their image. But for some way, somehow, and I don't think it is a byproduct, your image got to be elevated. Even in this person's eyes, I feel like you are elevated. You're seen now as a protector, a protectress. I'm having a hard time even speaking right now. I feel like you could leave this person even speechless. Like, what? I've never been bested before in my own game. What? I don't understand that. They're trying to intellectualize something that is given from spirit. You're rooted. I feel like you are grounded. And even if the ground beneath you fails, you are trusting in something higher, something that is unseen. And that gives you a lot of power, but also that really helps people trust the way that you move. The number 17 can mean something to you specifically, because I just saw it on camera just now. But anyways, yeah, Two of Cups is like people really relate to you. They feel a certain way towards you, a closeness that's like really genuine. Like, this is like a best friend or somebody that you meet that you resonate with. When you start like feeling like, oh my gosh, am I having a feeling like I'm glowing, like we're connecting. We love to throw mud. I don't know what it's called, but when you do pottery and things like that, obviously I'm not a potter, but we both love to garden. We both love to cook. We both love to grow our own ingredients, or in that level of joy where you're like, wow, I haven't met anyone that has like that devotion or that whatever. I feel like you spark that in people, and that people automatically trust you, that you are trustworthy. And in stark contrast, I feel these people that are talking about you that can't stop thinking about you have proven to be untrustworthy, because you reveal things about them. Whether you did it deliberately or not, it doesn't make a difference, because your intuition was on point. That is what I have. Much love to you. Until next time, namaste.
Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 3, why can't they stop thinking about you, and what are they saying for bonus, right? Well, oh wise one, I wonder what this is about. I couldn't stop being riveted by this image, by the way. So I definitely feel like whatever it is that you do pops. I feel like you're an observer, not an absorber. and you are known for your wisdom. Pile number 3. If this sounds like you, or if this sounds intriguing, go ahead and join me for your reading. In 3, 2. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, I hope that you find something that is helpful, or at the very least, something that is encouraging. And for those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, my babies, I am ever so excited to be here. Thank you. So pile number 3, why can't they stop thinking about you and talking about you? I threw that in the last minute. And this middle card is going to be what they are saying, okay? Now, I noticed during the shuffle, all the cards want to jump out, right? But the minute I focused on, yep, and look at my voice go out. The minute I focused on what they're saying about you, about the situation, they had nothing to say. It's almost like they don't want to reveal that, but we're going to get into it. Here we go. So pile number 3, why can't they stop thinking about the Horus with integrity? It makes me think of the Eye of Horus. We're going to look at this and read from the great book in just a minute with a number 41. And then you have abundance with coins. Look at how beautiful these cards are, you guys. Take a moment to feast. Yeah. And I'm being led to also not only abundance, but I think about these coins as like good luck coins, like feng shui coins. Anyways, let us look at this. I might have to pause here. One moment, please. You guys are always the ones that make me pause. And we're back. Now, it's no accident that I have my glasses on, and this says horns, clearly, which you guys probably saw that. I did not see the word horns, even though I have my glasses. Who needs new eyewear? I do. So, first of all, I'm just going to tell you, because I did say Horus before, the Eye of Horus. That represents the themes of universal wisdom and divine protection. According to legend, Horus, the falcon god of the sun, lost his eye in a fierce battle. With his uncle Set, the god of chaos, the eye was later restored by Thoth, the wisdom of God, symbolizing healing and triumph of order over chaos. So yeah, but really this card with the horns, check this out, because I didn't know this. In many ancient cultures, the wearing of the animal horn symbolizes a connection to the divine and suggests a manifestation of spiritual integrity. Adorning crowns and helmets of gods, goddesses, tribal leaders, and warriors alike, horns represent their sacred duty and integrity as leaders. And of course, the word integrity was printed on here. So I definitely feel like they can't keep their mouths from basically speaking about you, which we'll get to in just a minute. But all of it has to do with they can't get their thoughts away from you because you have divine protection with what I was mistakenly feeling initially, the protection, the Eye of Horus, and also the horns right here, that you have been selected as someone special to really have, because you have integrity, take care of people. Let's see how this unfolds. Yeah, with abundance. So the fact that you are a fierce protector, right? It affects your abundance. I feel like spirit favors you, and you could be seen this way. And I definitely feel like people are talking about something that has to do with this. So let us explore a little bit further. Sorry about the choppy intro right here, but we're definitely going to roll authentically and not super smoothly that we're just editing out the world. We're just going to do as we usually do. Pile number 3, the Page of Pentacles. Oh, wow, that's cool. It's really funny because I was definitely thinking, I'm like, you had a lot of, like, in pile 1 and 2, there was like a lot of jealousy and a lot of people trying to like win and arm wrestle you, basically, or the viewer. But with your pile, I am happy to report that what they're saying about you is that you're the Page of Pentacles, that you're willing to build. You're willing to take your time. You're methodical. I said short in my brain. So maybe some of you guys are short. You're on the short end of the spectrum. Doesn't make a difference. You could be my short kings, my short queens. Something about little, big surprises come in little packages. I don't know. Let's keep it going here. But definitely that you have incredible integrity. And this comes about as a very positive thing, right? Also, that you are blessed because you take your time, that you don't rush through, that you're slow, methodical, that maybe you do a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of studying, even on topics that you, let's say integrity, that you understand what integrity is, but you're like, I feel like I need a deep dive on this subject. And you just go way deep and you're looking at ancient cultures and you're looking at symbolism and you're looking at how you can implement that into your life. So I definitely feel like this is a community gossip, if you will. I don't know. I feel like people can't stop thinking about you because of the level of your integrity. And I feel like this can be even small things, but small things add up to big things, right? And this is like, well, if I'm going to be here and I say that, it's going to happen. If I make a commitment and I'm going to take somebody to do this, it's going to happen. People count on you, and you are not one to like change plans at the last minute, even though you understand that you could. I feel like because there's some internal barometer within you that will not really allow it. Okay. Why? Because you're full of integrity. I feel like you would be that person that if you were to switch plans, you would do it like weeks in advance. You're like, I know we have this on the calendar to go here, but I was kind of thinking this would be a little bit more fun to do, or I think this might be more of a more beneficial thing to do. What do you think? And you'll pitch it instead of like, this is what we're doing and this is where we're going, or let's switch gears to the last minute. La da da. You're not like one of those people with your head in the clouds, unaware of the effect that you have on your community. I keep getting community. Okay. I keep getting a people. I keep getting almost like a collective. Yeah. And it could be people within your village, your city, your place, whatever this is. But that's what people would say about you, is that maybe perhaps you read a lot, you study a lot, and you lose track of time as well, is another thing. I mean, how's that bad? It's not, right? So let's keep it pushing right here. Pile number 3. Why can't they stop thinking about thee? You have the 4 of Pentacles. Well, because you keep everything to yourself. It's like you withdraw your energy in order to study, in order to understand, in order to overcome. Maybe perhaps you like to journal. Maybe you are a writer. Maybe you are a researcher, a scientist. Maybe you are a scientist of life, right? Maybe perhaps you're an alchemist. You could be somebody who researches and you're like, how do I manifest? Have I tried these techniques before? Can I fast track my manifestation, even though this is not a fast thing that you're doing right here? And you keep everything to yourself. You're kind of like, well, I don't know if that's going to really work. I'm not going to share with my community. It might just be an idea of mine, and I'm going to have to test it out to see what's tried and what is true. But at your feet, you have a vast treasure. And I feel one thing that you're not really understanding is that you are valued for these experiences and this wisdom and this knowledge that you carry. That I feel like usually the 4 of Pentacles is like, I'm getting like a stinginess, like, oh, I don't share that with people. That's mine. Or I'm not communicating my feelings simply because there's not a need to, or I'm careful with who I communicate my feelings with. This is more of I'm not really sure if that is beneficial. Like, you're not going to just like communicate things in order just to say, oh, hey, I read this about, you spent hours and days and years reading and pouring through things and looking at what's going to be applicable to your cause or whatever. And you have integrity. And so you're not going to bring it out and go, okay, hey, I was looking at this and no, that's wishy-washy. You're going to come out with concrete results. You're going to come out with integrity. And you're like, you know what, this is tried and true. I think you should do it too. Or I think you should give it a try. Or this is what worked for me. And for some reason, my eyeball riveted on this. And I think this is one of the crystals I have that has a water bubble on the inside. Yeah, I don't know why, but my brain does work this way, so we're just going to go with it again. I definitely feel like you could find things. You could find life everywhere. You could find like a reason, an alchemy, something about you really changing the world, or working on changing or teaching, whatever this is, that you have a lot of integrity. And when I think of like the bubble of air, it's called endo something. Now I can't think of it because I brought it up. Why else? But if I'm relaxed and not even trying to communicate it, it comes to mind, not a problem. Yeah, if you remember what this is with the water and the crystal. let me know. But I feel like you bring things about and you bring new life. You give people breathing space. You give them an ability to breathe in a place where maybe it's compressed, it's crystallized, it's not moving, whatever. Yeah, so something about this causes people to really trust in you. And you don't take that lightly. And I also feel like because it's a Page of Pentacles right here, I'm not only slow and methodical to make moves, because this feels a little bit like slow, methodical, and plodding. But you are somebody who they can't keep out of their minds simply because you are not in for the immediate gratification. You don't look at the flash of the world and think, wow, I want, the Hollywood Scarlets and things like that. That's where it's at. You're kind of like, I'm busy. I don't have time for that. I'm busy with things that can change people's hearts and minds in the world. And fashion is great and these things are great, but I have some other things that really preoccupy my mind. And I think that that is seen by your community, and it's very well loved by your community as well. Okay. So what else we have here? Pile number 3, the Knight of Pentacles. Look, yeah, you're embarking on a journey. And also I feel like why they can't stop thinking about you is also like, where are you headed? Where are you going? What portal are you opening up? What place are you opening up in order to move? It's almost like you take periods of time where you push through and then you stop and you do a bunch of research and you glean the information that you need, and then you're off on a new adventure. And people know this about you, but they want to know, where is your next glow up, your next show up? Where are you headed next? Where it's almost like taking, I don't want to say a party trick at all, but it's almost like taking your presence is, how do I describe this? What I'm feeling is a little bit, it's hard to articulate. It's almost like you bring your magic. It's like a magic trick, only it's not a trick. It's a magical thing about you, and you take your magic elsewhere. And wherever you go, your path gets illuminated into abundance, maybe. Wherever you go, abundance comes. It's like you're led directly to abundance, some way, somehow. Something about money, something about abundance, something about forging ahead, and something about you being divinely protected, that people have not seen this in their world, and they're a little bit shooketh by it. Pile number 3, what do we have here? The Lovers. What? We have the Lovers. This is about making a choice. So they can't keep you they can't stop thinking about you, basically, because you have made a choice, or you're going to make a choice. And I can't lie, when I looked at this, at a glance, who needs glasses? You hush. But I thought this said the lobsters. I'm like, the lobsters? What? I love you, lobster. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe you guys call each other lobster, or maybe there's something in there about lobsters. But alignment and harmony. Yeah. That you are looking for alignment, that you are looking for harmony, and that you look for ways to really harmonize within, and then you act, right? And then you keep it pushing, and then you move on. And I feel like this is also stating that what they speak about you could be also something that they really study, that they actually don't speak about you to too many people. With the Four of Pentacles, this is making me feel also that this is something that they retain about within their own hearts. And maybe it's like the alignment and harmony. It's like they refrain from really speaking a ton about you because they're busy looking at you, looking at your social media. This is fluidly changing, this narrative. So this is going to be for another set of you in pile number 3, right? High something. I should look it up, but I haven't. Anyways, yeah. But I feel like people in this pile, towards the latter end of it, if you're still here, are really looking at people that are wanting to be in alignment with you, people that want to love you, that want to support you, that want to come into communion with you, that want to study you. Yeah. And people that want to understand, like, why do you withhold emotion? What emotion you're withholding? What is going on here? They want to study you. They want to learn you. So that's the other part of this. And also that wherever you go, their prosperity lies. Something about your navigational system. You can intuit things easily, and that is how you make your moves. And people know this about you. People that have studied you at all, people that For some reason, I keep like moving things around. Yeah, I feel like people, pile number 3 with the Lovers card right here. This could be like past lovers and current lovers, or, you know, people that would love to be your lover. I don't know, your life, right? But they definitely want to know how to move and get closer to you. They want to know how to unlock this Four of Pentacles, how, you know, you keep everything to yourself. You don't really invest a lot in other people, or you don't really show your heart on your sleeve, and I don't know where I really stand, or all those things. And they want to get a leg up so that they can see like how you're going to move, or what would prompt you to move. So that is what I have. Much, much love. Until next time, namaste.